Hello, and welcome to the show. My guest today is Juhi Sohan. She is from Gujerat in India, and she has written a book called Garbh Sanskar. Now, Garbh means womb, and Sanskar means teaching good things or instilling good values. Juhi is a pregnancy coach and a certified yoga practitioner. She is a free-spirited person who believes in alternative healing sciences. Well, today's show should be very interesting, so stay tuned. Well, hi, Juhi. Nice to have you on the show. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I
Thank you so
understand.
much for inviting me here.
Oh, well, you're welcome. It's my pleasure to have you on the show. So, you wrote a book about uh, pregnancy, if I understand correctly?
Yes, it is on
Okay.
Garbh Sanskar, the ancient secrets from India, like how people used to follow certain practices that I have read various Upanishads and done my research and wrote a book on it. Because it's my personal experience. I had followed all those things during my pregnancy and I see tremendous results in my child. So that was the purpose. I could see the benefits in my baby and I thought this knowledge should reach more and more people, and that was the first motive to write the book.
So, is it written in English or is it some other language?
It's in English. So
Okay.
when I had my pregnancy, this knowledge was very much scattered. I had to struggle a lot on creating a perfect ritual where I want to inculcate whatever I know of. So it was very difficult. And I had this background from art of living. Then I had yoga training. I was a MOMA practitioner. So I had knowledge about these things. But then what to inculcate during pregnancy and what to avoid and what more things should be done, I had to ask like several people and then make a proper schedule. So that was very difficult for me, and then I don't want people to do that struggle and waste their time. So that's why I created this ritual. So there are 14 rituals in the book, easy to follow format, and it's in the form of story so that it's very easy to understand and it's not boring like the basic pregnancy books. Those books, I also find them very boring. So it's not the basic, just the explanation. It's in the form of story. So those were my struggles. So I don't want others to struggle. And also there are tremendous benefits. It's scientifically proven. There are several researches on whatever a mother does during her pregnancy, it reflects in the baby. Like it magnifies 1,000 times over. So and as parents we want the best for the kids. Earlier we used to, even I used to think that parenting starts after the baby is born, but that's actually delayed parenting. It is from the first thought of you think of becoming a parent, it starts from that day onwards. So that was the whole idea behind it.
These rituals and your stories, is it based in your religion in Hinduism? Do I understand correctly?
No, it's universal. Like yoga,
Well,
meditation is
of
universal.
course it is.
The
Yes.
same way it is universal.
Okay. But certainly the way that you look at it through a more of a different view than we do here in North
Yeah.
America,
So
right?
I have put an author's note also that it is not for any particular religion, and there is a prayer section also. So there also I thought you can follow as per your beliefs and customs. So it's not for any particular religion. It's open.
Would you care to describe some of the stories or some of the rituals?
Yeah, so it starts with the lead protagonist is Ananya. She's a corporate lawyer, and she had her struggles. She was unable to conceive, and when she finally did, she wanted the best for her baby. She wanted to do everything, whatever possible within her control, to live a best, have a wonderful daily habits, so that she could give the best to the baby. And she found a guru. There is a guru in the book, and the guru guides her and several other women through certain 5 a.m. sessions. So basically, they have to wake up early, they have to read good books, they have to eat clean. So I have even mentioned a table on high prana, food. Then certain exercises like Sukshma yoga should be done. It's for everyone, any age people can do Sukshma yoga. It's a gentle body rotation. And then there is meditation. And so it's like book encourages people to do meditation. So it's for people who are not pregnant also. It's basically for healthier lifestyle. Whatever are the best practices like waking up early, having clean diet, exercising, pranayam. Then there are mudras which are open for everyone, but pregnancy safe also. So mudras are basically hand gestures, and they help us channelize the abundance energy from the universe. So there is a section on mudras and also on the marma therapy. Marma is part of Ayurveda. It helps with the channelizing the energy and cleansing of the body and opening of the chakras. So the book takes you through all these phases chapter wise. And also there is we all know visualization is very powerful. So the book helps in making a baby album. So that is a vision album. And you imagine the whole life of the baby before he is born. And there is the science of epigenetics. And so a mother has the power to, even alter the genes of the baby by the way she's living during her pregnancy. So it is that powerful. And then we have its book starts with the power of prayer, because when we are positive we attract abundance of energy, and when the mother is positive the baby receives positive energy and forms healthy development of cells takes place every minute. More than 2 lakh cells develop in the womb, and the potential of the baby to learn things, grasp things, is 1 lakh times more than when after the baby is born. So whatever a mother does during her pregnancy, it reflects in the baby. So earlier we used to think that certain genetic disorders are maybe because of fate, like the fate of the baby, like maybe the divine thought of it. But it's not that. Mother has the power to alter the genetics also. So you just need to have a right lifestyle. And that way we can give birth to a healthier generation. Like the main base is today the world is chaos. The world is more aggressive. There is depression, mental illness, then there is violence. So when we give birth to calmer, peace-loving babies, when the mother is calm, she gives birth to a calmer, healthier generation. So that way, the whole world can become healthy and happy and more peaceful. Yeah.
Your child is how old now?
2 years old.
2. And when did you write this book? At what point?
In April. I published it in April. I wrote it last year, December. And then there was this editing phase, and I got it published by the end of April this year.
Okay. Yeah. So you went through your pregnancy, and that experience, that's what prompted you to write the book?
Yeah. And not just the experience, it's like how my child is behaving. Like his speech is very clear, he's very joyful, he's sharing, he's calm. So those things. And also there is a disclaimer on things which I was unable to work. Like I had anger issues. So I was unable to tackle it completely. So I can see that anger also in him. So it's like what you do, you see it multiplied times, and what you couldn't, you could see that also. So the baby is what you are. It's just the reflection of you 10,000 times over.
Absolutely.
So where I failed, I can see my failures also there, and I accept it. Like, so every mother has two choices. Either you accept what you are, the baby is the same 1,000 times over, or else you work and change yourself. Like most mothers these days, they don't want to do anything, and then they complain that the baby is not hyperactive, he's not eating clean, he is like angry, and so they complain, and the baby doesn't have concentration, speech issues. But then what you did during a pregnancy, they don't want to blame themselves. They don't see themselves as creator. They blame the babies. So that's wrong. Either you accept or you do everything which is in your power, and then you're satisfied with your masterpiece. So this I have shared in the beginning also in the book, that every mother has two choices. Either you change yourself or you accept who you are. The same thing you accept in the baby. Why to blame?
Have you had any success in selling your book overseas here in North America?
Yeah, from Kindle in KDP account. So people are ordering print version also, and ebooks also, of course. So there is demand in US also, right? But not in Amazon. I guess I'm just selling in India, and I haven't, listed in .com.
Okay.
yet.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking everything you've said in the society, I mean, North America is like any other place. I live in Canada, and
Yeah,
there's a little difference between, quite a bit of difference
yeah, of
between
course
Canada
I
and the
know, of
United
course.
States. But even so, there is a strata of society here that would just eat that stuff up. And I would, of course, I'm only a few years older than you, and my baby is 37 years old. Um,
Yeah,
and I totally dig what you're saying. I agree.
yeah,
I agree. And I think back to when I was in a very good space when I became a father, and we had our child, and very positive energy back then. And as a result, you know, he's very good. And I do see some of my faults in him. Everything you said,
yeah,
I totally
yeah,
relate to.
yeah.
Fascinating. And how long is your book? Like, how many pages would you say it is?
206.
Okay. So it's a good read. Yeah. Are there
Yeah.
illustrations in there?
No.
No.
So I
Okay.
haven't included yoga portion because then it becomes very subjective. So it
Right. That's right.
doesn't include asanas.
Yeah. Yeah. That includes asana, of course.
Yeah.
Well, so where can we get? I'm going to put the information in the comments below in this video when it's released.
Mhm.
You know, links to where people can get your
Yeah.
book. Where would that be?
So it's listed on Amazon, but I'm not sure if it is listed on in the US website of Amazon. I would have to check. And but from Kindle in my account, I see people are ordering the print version also. And this definition I would like to add for people to understand more about Garbh Sanskar. So this I had created it. Garbh Sanskar is every emotion you feel, every thought you think, every action you take, every habit you build during your pregnancy. So
Be-
this is the Garbh Sanskar.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah,
I take it this is your first book.
yeah, first.
Any plans for writing any more? I mean, with thoughts that you have, I could love to hear more about it.
Yeah, I'm thinking on writing a book on productivity.
Okay. So
Yeah,
that's
so
apart from child rearing, or is it?
yeah, apart from that,
Okay.
yeah. So I don't really have much to add in parenting. I'm not an expert.
Well, maybe one day
Yeah,
you
of
will
course.
be.
Yeah, maybe 5 years, 10 years down the line, again, a next edition. So I want to write on Ayurvedic Dincharya
Okay.
because I have been into it like since 7, 8 years. And also on the productivity thing, because I see people around me, they are so low on energy. I want that to change. So I want to write on productivity.
Very nice. Very nice,
Yeah.
Juhi. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add so that the people who are interested in your book would be that much more apt to order one?
Uh, so more or less we have covered everything. So there is one another chapter on pregnancy dincharya, like what should be ideal routine during a pregnancy. So there I have added certain activities like being with nature, reading good books, and I even mentioned one should write a book and do certain things which is like which they're not comfortable with doing, because that will break their barriers. And because whatever they are, it's anyway going to come in their baby. But if you want what you are not in your baby, then you have to adapt those habits. So I think everyone should take the challenge during pregnancy and not see it as a hurdle. They should see it as an opportunity of learning new things, and that would automatically go into the baby, and even he would be more tempted to learn skill development. He would be learning in the womb, from the womb, and it is very important. So I guess that so anyone who is pregnant, and if you could publish your book during your pregnancy, how cool would that be? I wasn't knowing at that time. If I would have known, I would have done it. But so I even encouraged readers to do that also. And of course then Sanskrit also plays a very important role, so I have encouraged knowing about Sanskrit, reading few shlokas, because they create it's not about Hinduism, it's just the language creates certain energy in the environment. It is scientifically proven. And yeah, more or less that's all. And then we have Marma is magical. I myself, I took a training in it, so I know the magic. It does certain things which the even modern science fails. So there have been miracles like in the surrounding, and every Murma practitioner has certain experiences. So Murma is very important, and it helps not only you, not only the mother, but post delivery also, because child have basic indigestion issue or cough issue. So if you learn certain Murma points, the few points are very important. Those can help in healing the baby. You can heal your baby yourself. So that is so like that is what a mother wants, the best for the baby. And if she could heal the baby with the channelizing the vibes and energy from the universe. So I practice it on my baby. The thoughts are going on in his mind, so it becomes very hot his head. So I just place my hands, and I place it here, and he calms down instantly. So that is a major Murma point. So
Yeah.
everyone should learn Murma also. So in Europe, there is a concept. Everyone knows tarot. Everyone has the deck of tarot in their house. So I feel Murma should also reach globally.
Yeah, well, that could translate very easily to mothers who are, say, Christian, who say
Yeah.
that they don't follow religion. It's a relationship with their God. And this could easily translate to that. So I do
Yeah.
understand the universal nature of what you're saying. I would recommend this book for any young mother. Absolutely. And especially if they're pregnant. I think that this should definitely be sold on the market over here. And if we can get that beefed up for you, I'd be happy to do that for you. So thank you very much for your time, Juhi. It's been a pleasure talking to you and hearing about your book.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
You're welcome. You take care of yourself now.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. That's our show for today. And if you like what I do here on Tell Me About Your Book, then please hit the like button and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that bell. And if you are a self-published author, I would love for you to tell me about your book. Until then, keep writing.